just missed my flight. Didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. Okay, bye.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back.
The party is just starting now. We're gonna put the show on.
World champions will be crowned, legends will be made. This is gonna be epic.
This is a dream come true.
And let's go for the next one.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome over to Brazil for the event down here in Ibiraquera, the GKA Kite-Surf World Cup here with the Kitely family, the Copa Kitely, as we are starting off with our wave events. Coming out there on the water, we're going to have heat number 1. Here you have Douglas Giuliani, Charlie Martin, and Matthew Lopez. The athletes have 18-minute heats, and they will be battling it out to see who are going to be the top guys. One will go through to round number 3, and the other two will have to battle it out in round number 2. At the moment there, you can see Charlie Martin is in the lead with a 5.36. There we can see Douglas Giuliani on the wave right now, backside and switching it up. And then Matthew Lopez is also going to be out there in the green lycra. I'm Josie Ashton. I'm going to be commentating here on the stream. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us here. Oh, it looks like Matthew is asking for some vibes as we are already going and starting it off here. Your first day of competition. Let's get this one going. All right, so Charlie here dropping in on his third wave. He's got a 1.93 and a 3.43. Those are the top two scores there at the moment. Charlie Martin coming from the Reunion Island. He is a very talented young man, a very talented surfer, known for his beautiful laid-back style. And let's see how he is going to be getting on this heat number 1. Let's not forget, first one will be going through to round number 3. The other 2 athletes will have to make their way and battle it out in round number 2. Charlie Martin from Reunion Island dropping in. What's he got? All right, first little check turn. Athletes are out on 10 and 12 meter kites as the wind is quite light at the moment. Off the top, slacking out those lines. Oh, beautiful here from Charlie. A little bit of an airdrop there as well, trying to keep some speed. As I mentioned, wind is quite light. Forecast is not the best, so we are going to be pushing this as much as possible as we are getting ready here. Heat number 1, the idea is to go through as much as we can. We have about 4 more hours of light until the sun sets. Sunset's around 6-ish, 6:30 is when the big golden ball that dips in the water. Here for your first day of competition. Here for the GK Kite-Surf World Cup here in Ibiraquera. Machu Lopez having a little look-see. He's in second position at the moment. Machu Lopez representing Spain, coming out of Cabo Verde. Mr. Stylmeister. Such an easy flow. As he was looking to see if he can drop in on that wave, but not quite getting what he needed. And we're just waiting to see. All right, Machu down here, having a little look at some of the numbers. Let's not forget we have the live scoring there on the left-hand side. We can see Charlie Martin, who's running up, your Cabrina athlete. Day number 1 down here. We've been here a couple of days, and now it's looking like today and tomorrow are going to be the 2 best days of wind, so we are going to push like no tomorrow. We have for that round number 1 is going to be 3 athletes in the water, as you can see. And then from round number 2 onwards will be the overlapping system. When we get to that, we will have our head judge, Paulino Paredes, going to explain that for us. But at the moment, Machu Lopez is in the water. Machu, he actually talking to him on the beach. This is the 10th year since he was the number 1, taking the first title back at the beginning of the GKA Kite-Surf World Tour, where we could see he was the Rider of the Year back then when the first athlete was called Rider of the Year. So Machu Lopez, he has been this from the very beginning. And joining us here for the Qatar Airways GK Kite World Tour, your kite surfing discipline. So far, we have in first position is going to be on the overall ranking. We have James Carew coming back from injury, Ayrton Cosolino, and then Gabriel Benetton. So Ayrton, your current number 1 on the overall. Then we have Gabriel Benetton in second position, Pedro Matos in third, and James Carew in fourth. All of them hunting down for those top spots. Very important event, this one. So let's not forget, 3 events, 1 starts to get some discards involved. And now here, getting ready to rumble as we have 5.5 minutes left. Starting to get, but Charlie Martin at the moment, 4.82. He is in the lead. Let's have a little look at some of the numbers here. So Charlie, a 4.82, a 3.43. Machu Lopez, a 2.10, 3.0. Douglas Giuliani, 1.67, a 1.10. And Machu here, just trying to get the information on the beach. I know Machu Lopez, your duotone athlete. He's out on a 12 meter. The new Neo D-Lab, rocking up the Alula. And here we can see Douglas, your Brazilian athlete. Always so cool to come here to Brazil. So many local riders are in the events. And you can really see they have the surfing history. They really do have that surfing history. And you can see it. But hey. Alright, you can see B5 Water Sports. Haha, no waves. You'd be surprised some of the sets come through. It's great to be down here on the southern part of Brazil. This is supposed to be one of the nicest Brazilian waves that there are. Right, so Douglas on his way out. Matthew, there we can see him together with, that looks like, yeah, Gabriel Benetton. So trying to see, you can see the frustration on his face, as there are not a lot of waves out there at the moment. Sets are far and few between. We saw some nice waves coming on early in this morning. But at the moment, as you can see, it's just not quite there. Coming up next, we've got a full Brazilian heat. Leonardo Grangeiro, Artur Moraes, who was second on the Brazilian Championship. And then Pedro Matos, who's sitting third on your Qatar Airways GK Kite World Tour ranking. And I think I can hear that it looks like there's going to be a cancellation, as I can hear the free horns, meaning that this heat is going to be, so this heat is going to be cancelled due to the lack of conditions, if I'm not mistaken. So we are going to go shortly and continue on, but while we are waiting and we get that information coming in, we are going to go to a short commercial break and welcome everybody to your first day of competition down here in Ibiraquera.
Just missed my flight. Didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. Okay, bye.
Next stop, Hamad International Airport.
This is a dream come true.
just missed my flight. Didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, yeah, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. Okay, bye.
Next stop, Hamid International Airport.
And welcome back, everybody. Welcome back.
The party is just starting now. We're gonna put the show on.
World champions will be crowned, legends will be made. This is going to be epic.
This is a dream come true.
And let's go for the next one.
Welcome back, everybody, as we are starting this heat number 1 of round number 1 once again, as it looks like conditions have just come back. Douglas Giuliani, Charlie Martin, and Matthew Lopez are going to be going out on the water. Heat duration is going to be 22 minutes. They are going to have 10 wave attempts, with the top 2 waves are the ones that are going to count. In the white lycra, you can see on your screen, is going to be Douglas Giuliani. In the red is going to be Charlie Martin. And in the green is going to be Matthew Lopez, which, if I'm not mistaken, his kite has taken a little bit of a dip there in the background, as you can see him out there on the 12-meter Neo D-Lab from Duotone Kiteboarding. A lot of the Alula is getting out into the sky as conditions are light. You can see with the red Cabrina Drifter, that is Charlie Martin. And your reading athlete over here on the bottom side, the white lycra, is going to be Douglas Giuliani. So day number 1 here of the GKA Kite-Surf World Cup in Ibiraquera. as we are here just below Rio de Janeiro. It's beautiful location on the southern part of Brazil. It's the first time we have been here, and what we are expecting is we're expecting conditions that can vary. As you can see, the waves, we've got some lefts, we've got some rights. As it is now, the wind is a little bit more offshore than the predominant direction. We have the wind coming from the northeast. Hopefully it will swing around ever so slightly, and then will become more side shore, so athletes can kind of park that kite and just surf it all the way down. So that is when the conditions do come through. Tomorrow is looking very good. Today at the moment it is a little fluky, as you can see out here on the screen right now. Machu Lopez from Spain, representing Spain and hailing in from Cape Verde, one of the top athletes out here on tour. As we start off, what are the judges looking for? They are looking for 100% quality over collection, over quality over quantity. Wave selection is key. They want to see athletes going and committing to that power section of the wave, flowing, making it happen, moving for move, toe for toe, and just 100% surfing. Here you can see the boys: Pedro Matos on the left, Kelton Lopez, Ayrton Cozzolino, your current tour leader, Hendrik Lopez, Nicolas Adagiev, and then the current GWA Wingfoil Tour leader over there, Cash Bezzola. Here, Charlie Martin dropping in a beautiful wave. Look at the slack on the lines as he's just pure surfing this. You can see really just using the power of the wave. That is a good start there for Charlie Martin. 2.33 for that first wave there from Douglas. Let's see what numbers are going to be coming up here for Charlie Martin. Now, Machu Lopez dropping in. As I mentioned before, heat time has been increased so that the athletes can have a little bit more time, and sets are few and far between, and then especially the wind is quite light. We got Machu on a 12 meter, Charlie Martin on a 10, and Douglas, if I'm not mistaken, out there on a 12 as well. But you can see it is glassy in the middle on some of these sections. All right, here we go. So Machu Lopez dropping in. So I mentioned out there on the 12 meter, on the 5-1. The Whip D-Lab, also from Duotone. They're kind of smaller, stubby nose boards. Really good for these smaller conditions. And as the waves start to pick up, you see them going a little bit further for the traditional surf style on all of the brands. There we can see Clement Rossio just getting inside the competition area just while the guys are getting ready. But that man going out now, Douglas Giuliani. So Charlie Martin, first position, a 4.20. We saw those two very nice turns. Douglas is in second at the moment with a 2.33. Machu, I can see a wave coming his way, which is probably going to be equaling it out with Charlie. Maybe even just slightly ahead, waiting for a final score to drop. First air competition. Conditions are borderline marginal, to say the least. Hopefully that wind will start to pick up. It is just gone past 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, Charlie, layback turn, making it happen. The boy's on fire. Beautiful layback turn. Oh, just getting caught up in the foam ball as he's trying to make sure that kite stays in the air. As we said before, conditions are anything but easy here for our athletes. Douglas going backside off the top. One of the local riders from down here. Can he keep that kite up? Oh, he's going to go down. But the kite does. Yep, the kite is still in the air, so one of the things you definitely do not want to do with these marginal conditions is to drop your kite and sink over in the middle of the competition area, because there you can see it's glassy there in the middle. That's where the wind shadow of the island is a little bit further on the left, really affecting that kind of midsection of the wave. Athletes are taking out all of the goods, all of the light wind goods, as conditions are definitely tough out there. As we mentioned before, we are just coming past 15 minutes. Heat number 1, day number 1, round number 1. your GK Kite-Surf World Cup here in Ibiraquera. Your Copa Kitely, the Kitely family down here from Brazil. Macho just having a look. See, this is a lot of the athletes that actually use the face of the wave to go a little bit further upwind when conditions are light. We see these guys, obviously, you know, Machu, Mito Monteiro, Ayrton Cosilino hanging out in Cape Verde a lot as they come from there. And they push against the white water of the break to be able to make their way further and further upwind when the conditions are light. So these boys are light wind specialists, and they're going to have to pull all the cards, all the aces from their sleeve to be able to get the conditions and be able to go forward here at the moment, because it is light to say the least. At the moment, Charlie Martin first position with a 7.0. Machu Lopez 5.15. Deciding to drop in on this inside wave. He has a 4.43, so the best score of the heat is Machu Lopez. Looking to increase that backup score as he comes back. There is a little bit more wind on the inside, so some of the athletes really using the inside sections to go back up and gain some distance. And there, Machu talking to Charlie, just making sure he knows he is in first position. It is one big happy family down here at the Qatar Airways GK Kite World Tour. And your two athletes out there on the left, Machu Lopez. On the right, Charlie Martin. Oh, come on, wind. Throw us a bone. Throw us a bone. You want to see some winds. The waves are there. There's definitely some nice sets rolling through. It's just right there, and you can see how that kite is just really trying to make it out as it just starts to push away. Charlie, another wave. This boy is on fire right now. Oh, right to the sweet spot. Can he hold it together? Yes, he does. Laying completely back and making his way through that turn. And a good finisher. Can he keep it going? Yes, he does. But it looks like that kite is going to go down. So Charlie Martin, unfortunately, wiping out, but having a couple of very nice turns there for the young athlete from the reunion. A very, very powerful surfer, that young man. I'm waiting for some numbers to drop. He is your current leader. And let's see who is going to be taking this heat home, as we're just 10 minutes into this heat. 22 minutes. 2-minute transitions for the athletes out there so far. And Charlie Martin in the lead on your screen here. Douglas Giuliani. Going backside. He is out there on an 11 meters, the information I've been given. Out there on a Neo SLS. So 12, 11, and 10. You can see just trying to get some power out of the kites. Going to be interesting to see what the sports crew will be doing with this, because it is marginal. It definitely is marginal out there. All right, so Machu circling a little bit further up as he is hunting for that second score. Signaling to his friends on the beach, 4.43, so he has the best wave, but Charlie Martin once again increasing that score with a 3.33. There we can see Gabriel Benetton showing him the scores. Let's not forget, you can follow all of the action live. www.gkakiteworldtour.com/live, and we have the updated live score in there. You can see all of the ladders. You also have the link for the stream, so make sure everybody to check it out, and you can follow the scores as they appear here on your screen At the moment, it is Charlie Martin in that first position. Second position, Matthew Lopez. That man you have on your screen right now. And we can see the replay of that last wave. Just a little check turn here for Charlie. Now it's this turn off the top, right in the power section of the wave. And this is why at the moment he is your leader. Making the most with the conditions he has at hand. And here we can see that last wave from Charlie. You can see how he just lets those lines go completely loose. And here, this is that turn where he goes completely on his back. Manages to pull it out. And then a similar situation happens a little bit further down the line where he actually gets his kite dropped. It's a beautiful finisher, but here you can see just a little front hand heavy. And the kite goes into the drink, as my friend Liam would say. And here we can see some of the athletes waiting for options to come out there, as they are just trying to see what kites they get ready. Who is going to be coming up next in the next heat? We are going to be having Leonardo Granjero, Artur Moraes, and Pedro Matos. Douglas, 3.56 backside. Oh, a nice turn off at the top there. Little one-hit wonder. Getting some numbers up on the scoreboards. Anybody's game. It is anybody's game. 4.43 Manchu, 0.72. Charlie Martin, the most consistent athlete out there so far. 4.20, 3.33. Douglas, pretty consistent. 2.33, 1.23. As we've been saying, conditions are hard. And that's that glassy spot. You can see in the middle of the competition area, the wind is just completely shadowed by the islands. You can see, you know, they have, let's say, some of the best light wind equipment out there at the moment. A lot of the brands using the Alula, so lighter, stronger, faster, allowing you to, you know, get going on those more marginal conditions is one of the advantages, let's say, these new constructions have. And here you can see Matthew just having a little chat to our photographer and videographer, Tiago. But yeah, it is that middle section. It is very hard to link it together, as it does have that wind shadow. Conditions, forecast, it ain't looking great. This is why we are pushing, as it looks like today and tomorrow are the most safe potential days. Today was supposed to be a little bit windier. Hopefully it will be picking up as the afternoon comes through. Just gone past 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We have light until about 6:30, so still time. Idea is to do round number 1, round number 2 of the men's kite surf so far. But that could change depending on conditions. All right, Douglas Giuliani dropping in. Just no, but there is no power. You can see really, really light winds. And the guy's pulling out magic tricks to be able to get waves out there. 6.5 minutes to go. And yeah, that's that middle section that I mentioned before. You can just see the guys just completely lose it. The wind just gets shadowed and they just can't make it work. Matthew here. All right. Looks like he might be deciding to go in the wave here. Nope. Okay, deciding against it. Having the old look-see, but conditions are definitely on the lighter side so far. As I mentioned before, athletes on 12 and 11 meters. Just under 6 minutes to go so far. Charlie Martin in the lead. And there we can see Charlotte Carpentier helping out a fellow Frenchman as they run up the beach. All right, here we have Matthew Lopez. He knows he's close. He only needs a couple of points. 4.43, so he's going to need a 3.1 second score. 3.1, and that would put him in to first position. 3.11, excuse me, would put him into first position. 5 minutes to go on the old ticker. Oh, here we can see the boys. Some of the wing foilers starting to get ready. There we can see Julien Boyer, one of the Boyer twins, getting on those boots here. One of the great things we have at this event is Kitely, the Copper Kiteleys, they have all of the setup. So here you can see we have physiotherapist set up. Julien looks like he's getting ready to go skiing with those boots. Making sure everybody is fine-tuned and ready to go. As we are coming up on 4 minutes. Machu Lopez, 1.23 for that last wave, so 5.66. Let's not forget, first round winner will go through to round number 3. And the second and third positions will go into round number 2. Charlie Martin dropping in. This is looking like a nice wave. All right, bottom turn engages. A little bit of a foam climb. That textbook. That is his signature move. Dragging that hand in and really throwing himself against it. But as the wind is not quite there, sometimes he can get caught up and the kite goes down. So you've got to be careful. So there we can see your 3 athletes in the water at the moment. As I've been mentioning, that really glassy patch in the middle of the competition area. Hopefully as the wind fills in a little bit forecast. Looking like we've got about 15 knots out there at the moment, but it does change in the middle there. Charlie Martin, who's been the most active athlete out there so far. He is in the lead, okay, deciding against it. It looked like a set. All right, Douglas Giuliani. Here also, boom. Oh, can he keep it together? No, he doesn't. That was a nice turn. Such a shame. Machu looking like he's got a set wave behind him. This could be a decisive point. But just no, you can see the wave overtaking him and not having the power to be able to continue. Your day number 1, round number 1, heat number 1, everything number 1 down here for your GK Kite-Surf World Cup in Ibiraquera, down here on the south of Brazil. This beautiful location. The first time we have come here with the Qatar Airways GK Kite World Tour. And it is a pleasure. Once again, a big shout out and thank you to Rafael and Laura from Kitely for making this happen. After here, we will be going up to Ceará in the north of Brazil, where we will have freestyle, we will have big air, as we continue on with the final events of the tour. And here we have Douglas dropping in. This looks like he has a nice little bit of power. Oh, beautiful carving hack here off the top. Can he get the power to go again? No, he doesn't. You can just see not looping that kite, keeping it. And as those conditions are light, you really have to make sure to keep some power in the kite if you want to be able to continue on. So one hit wonder once again. 90 seconds on the clock. 90 seconds. The Union athlete keeping the lead so far. Charlie Martin, that man on your screen. Your Cabrina athlete. As we are just about to close out this first heat. All right, so 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute. To see who is going to be going straight through into round number 3. Charlie Martin at the moment. This man on your screen happy as he has it in the bag so far, but he knows he is up against the likes of Machu Lopez, as anything can happen. Kelton Lopez there. And Pedro Matos. Pedro Matos, your current rank number 3. Your current rank number 3. As he is getting ready, because he is going to be coming up in the next heat. He is going to be going up against Artur Moraes, second in the Brazilian Championship, and Leonardo Grangeiro is going to be that heat which is coming up next. As we are just about to close this one out, so unless anything changes, it does look like Charlie Martin is going to be taking this one home. So we will wait for official results, as that is the end of the heat. So we are going to go to highlights, and we will be right back. And welcome back, everybody, as we have a Brazilian standoff coming up next. Leonardo Grangeiro, Artur Moraes, and Pedro Matos is coming out on the water. Your round number 1, heat number 2 down here. As welcome to the GKA Kite-Surf World Cup here in Ibiraquera. As we are getting ready, as we have this kitely event. As you can see, the green flag is in the sky, meaning only one thing. Green light, go, go, go. Who is going to be the first athlete to get on a wave? As we can see, I was seeing 10-meter kites when I was down there on the beach. There we can see Leonardo Grangeiro's backside. One of the smaller athletes out here and trying to make sure that he racks that one around. Artur Moraes will be out in the red, and Pedro Matos will be on the greens. We saw him getting ready just before, waiting for results to come in of that previous heat to get official. So yes, it is going to be official. Charlie Martin is going to be going into round number 3, taking the win in that heat. Second position, Matthew Lopez. Third position, Douglas Giuliani. So Charlie Martin safely into round number 3. And there we can see Matthew just hanging out with the boys. We can see Gabriel Benetton there in the middle. Sebastian Ribeiro, one of the top Brazilian athletes there in the Lycra top. And here Kelton Lopez, always chilled here on the left-hand side as the boys are getting ready to rumble. All right, so Artur Moraes, second overall on the Brazilian Championship. Boom! Starting off with a nice opener here. You can see that crouch down Brazilian style. Pedro Matos, third on the overall ranking of the Qatar Airways GK Kite World Tour. One of the top surfers we have, very experienced competitor. Second in the last event over there in Dakar. You can see just going a little bit vertical here. It's all about getting the scores on the board when conditions are marginal like they are. It really is about getting a couple of base scores, getting comfortable, and then trying to increase. Let's not forget, one of the key points that our head judge said it was that they are looking for wave selection, quality versus quantity, 100% surfing and flow. As we get the flow going down here for your first day of competition. 2.93, Leonardo Grangeiro, that first wave. This man that you have here on your screen. Artur Moraes, we're just waiting for that second score to come through. Looking that it's going to be pretty similar. And Pedro Matos is probably going to be in the lead so far as we're waiting for his one to drop. Here we can see Pedro Matos running up the beach. Leonardo Grangeiro, whoa, sprinting up the beach. Someone's keen. And Artur Moraes is still out there on the water. Here we can see one of the Brazilian legends. One of the Brazilian legends there. As we are just getting ready. That man, Guilherme Brandão. Guilherme Brandão, he is one of the veterans here in Brazil. He has been a champion wave rider. He freestyled back in the PKA days. Now that is a minute. And also just one of the top and nicest guys you will meet here over here in the kiting community. As we are here in beautiful Brazil. And there are athletes running up to the point to see if they can get a little further up. So here we can see very similar scores all the way around. But Pedro Matos just slightly, a little simmer, a little bit ahead. As we continue on here with your first day of competition. As I mentioned before, it was Charlie Martin taking the win. In the second position, Matthew Lopez. Third position, Douglas Giuliani. All right, Artur Moraes. As you can see, if you get caught on that little shadow on the inside, you completely lose speed. And these guys, they are on small kites. They're on a 10-meter, which I'm very, very surprised. Got to get those big kites out. Matthew was out on the 12-meter before. 22-minute heat, top 2 waves count, 10 wave attempts for each one of these athletes. In the red, Artur Moraes, as I mentioned before, second on the overall Brazilian Championship. On the CBK, your kitely CBK. And now, all right, dropping in. trying to keep himself busy. He is. 5.20. Nice check turn here for let's see if he can keep the speed. Yes, he does. Opens up. That is a nice throw in the water all the way around. Beautiful surfing there for that young man. Pedro Matos is going to be dropping in. Backside as well. Open carve and turn. Back to the foam ball. Keeping himself in the power section so he can get a little bit of momentum to be able to get a couple of turns in. Your current heat leader. Check turn here. And you can see, just look how much they are slacking out the lines. Oh, does he keep it in the air? No, he doesn't. So Matos dropping his kite in the impact zone. Let's see if hopefully he will be able to get that one up before it gets munched by a wave. And Leonardo Granjero. So very similar scores for all three of these athletes at the moment. So pretty much just, you know, check scores out there so far. And here we have Artur Moraes. Artur Moraes making his way, sprinting, running, as he is getting ready to go to make himself up into the competition area. Great work there, boys. Seeing the white in their eyes. Okay, so Leonardo dropping in all three of these athletes. Regular footers, so going goofy here on this left-hander. This one closing out, unfortunately. And here you can see the beautiful background that we have here at the Ibiraquera break. With that island, the only thing that island is actually making a little bit of a wind shadow for us. So where you can see how glassy it is just behind that white water, where it is completely covered from the winds. As we are getting ready here, day number 1, we are off to a roll. Conditions, I mean, you can see, I can see it, we can see it, they can see it. It is definitely marginal out there. Your Qatar Airways at GKA Kite World Tour. And here we can see Matthew Lopez. All right, so we are just coming up on about 10 minutes into this heat. Got a 7.10 so far for Artur Moraes with a 4.17 that last wave where we got a couple of beautiful turns. Pedro Matos, consistent, 6.47. Let's not forget Pedro at the moment, 3rd position. He was 3rd over there in Cape Verde. Then when he came to Silt, unfortunately a 9th, which you're going to want to discard that. And then 2nd in Dakar with some beautiful surfing. And Pedro, yep, so obviously that kite was down. And there we can see it being helped out by Kelton. So Pedro Matos, there you can see him on your screen. All right, Artur, your heat leader, 7.10. Keeping himself busy. It's just, you can see, really crouch surfing style. Oh, just letting go, unfortunately, there with the board. Can really see him throwing the hips, throwing the arms, getting the shoulders in, making and racking that turnaround. I mean, it is scatty inside little mush, but at the moment, you know, it's doing what you have to do. As we can see there, people looking on the live scoring to make sure how their athletes are doing, how their friends and the family. As I always say here on the stream, if you guys and girls want to know about equipment, you want to know about locations, athletes, have any questions about anything, just throw it out here in the comments. We will get back to you as soon as possible. And once again, thank you for joining us here for your first air competition, the GK Kite-Surf World Cup here in the beautiful location that is Ibiraquera, our first Brazilian event of the Brazilian leg. We're also going to be going up to Ceará to continue on with all of the different disciplines. Next will be the big air event over there in Ibiraquera. And very, very happy to be back here in Brazil one more time. Artur Moraes again out the back. He is just keeping himself going. But one hit wonder there. Anybody's game. I mean, anybody's games. A 4.17 and a 2.93 is, you know, those are regular scores for the heavy hitters down here. But as conditions are hard, you really got to pick off the good ones to be able to get going and to be able to get some numbers up on the scorecards. But name of the game, it is 100% surfing. That is what the athletes and what the judges are looking for. Wave selection is going to be key, because if you can take off on a good set and get some good carving hacks in, you are going to be very, very highly rewarded for that. Because, I mean, just look at that. He is having an absolute marathon here, Pedro, to get himself out the back. As hopefully conditions will be improving and we can get going into action very shortly, because at the moment the guys are really having to scratch and scrape to make it happen. Gabriel Benetton on the left in the white, Sebastian Ribeiro here on the right hand side, and there we can see Carlton Lopez. Sebastian Ribeiro, one of my favorite surfing athletes on tour. He has, I'm going to say, pretty much the best surfing style. What this guy does, he 100% pure surfing. He uses the power of the wave. Some of the best waves over there in Dakla. And just see how he can do this year over here in Brazil. Only concentrating on the waves. And as we can see, conditions are definitely hard, but unfortunately it looks like we only have 2 days of wind here on the forecast, so we have to push as limitlessly as possible. And there you can see Hugo Marin getting ready for his heat together there with Malo Guenolé, the top GWA Wingfoil World Tour athletes representing France and Gong. This boy, he dislocated his shoulder back there in July in Fuerteventura and is come back swinging like no tomorrow. Such an incredible athlete. Great to have him back, and he is in one of the top positions to be able to take home a title this season. Let's see what happens. Pedro, one hit wonders. He knows he's in a bit of a sticky situation. I mean, he is pretty much only 0.63 behind. So anybody's money. And there, that's what we're used to seeing from Pedro. Going vertical, even if it's just a one turn. You can see getting that board vertical, going off the tail, letting that tail loose. And that is what we want to see. Just coming up on 7 minutes. I can see the sports crew having a looking at the conditions out there, because they are marginal to say the least. As hopefully forecast will be improving. Let's have a little look-see here on the old Guru. So conditions today, 14, 15 knots, which is pretty much what there is. And then tomorrow is looking really good for the mid-afternoon. Let's not forget, round number 1, not an elimination round, meaning that athletes will continue on, as round number 2 would be the first elimination round. And here you can see Artur starting to get frustrating. Pedro at the moment a 7.3 as he got a 3.70 there for that second score. And Pedro running his way up the beach, which seems to be the going option at the moment in these light wind conditions. But Pedro Matos leading the pack so far. Alright, so 5 minutes left, and there you can see that wind shadow is, I mean, it is really affecting the conditions there in the middle. Leonardo Granjero trying to get on these little inside, but you can just see the kite, it just does not have the power at all. Obviously different perspective out there on the competition area than we can see here on the stream. But I'm pretty sure that they are trying to push through this round number 1, as it is not an elimination round. And then if we go into round number 2, they will be a bit more lenient on conditions, because then that is definitely, people will be going home if they lose in that round. So not an ideal situation at all. But forecast, having a look here on Wind Guru, one of our partners here of the Qatar GK Kite World Tour. Tomorrow we've got 22 knots of the good direction coming there from the northeast and 1.6. Thursday morning we got up until 14, so it looks like we're going to have an early day tomorrow and an early day the next day to try and push through as much as possible. Let's not forget, this is a joint event where we also have our sister tour of the GWA Wingfoil World Tour, which is going to be the wave discipline. As we are getting into action, heat number 2, round number 1. As set wind waves are definitely far and few between. And the athletes adapting to the conditions and making the most of it. Pedro! Bada bim, bada boom. Just trying to link it together. And you can see, I mean, you just have to look at the athletes' faces. This is not what they want. But sometimes Mother Nature does not throw a bone. We have to go with what we have. But so far it is Pedro Matos in first position. Second position, Artur Moraes. Third, Leonardo Granjero. As we come into the final 3 minutes, here we can see that replay. Boom, off the top, letting the tail loose. Just going nice and vertical. This is what we want to see. And hopefully as that wind picks up, so it says on the forecast, we'll be able to see linking turns more and more going down the line. But once again, Pedro having to run up the beach. As we are going to be only pushing with the men information coming in, as women are released for today. Artur Moraes trying to really hunting down these inside sections. I mean, he only needs to improve by a 0.21 and he will have that lead over Pedro Matos. So Artur, this is looking like a nice wave. Kite loops it, he keeps the power. Check turn number 1. Can he keep it as it goes down? It does look like he does. Check turn number 2. Not going. You can see the difference of the verticality compared to Pedro Matos. He's going more of a 45 to 30 degrees angle. Pedro really going up that 90 degrees, going 0 all the way up and coming down. And here we can see as they're making their way up to the top. And hopefully there we can see Leonardo Granjero trying to get back in. 90 seconds. Ooh, it is going to be close. It is going to be close. Pedro is not going to be improving on his score, but I reckon Artur could be having an improvement on his score. This could be a nail in the coffin. We will have to see. Pedro Matos is going to have to scavenge out there as he is less than 2 minutes, just coming up on that 1 minute mark. It does look like there is some energy coming in. 1 minute to go. Pedro is going to want to get on this wave, but he is right in that no-wind zone. And I think Artur Moraes could overtake Pedro Matos. I think Artur Moraes could be overtaken. This man could have done enough to take the win in the heat from what I can see on my screen here. Very, very important moments coming towards us. Waiting for confirmation to come down as I can see the scores are going to be changed. Oh, the frustration here of Pedro. I am feeling it from all the way inside here on the booth. It is glassing out and wind is just absolutely nothing out there. So waiting for confirmation on that final score from Artur Moraes. We will have to see as we are just about to finish off this heat. Final seconds, ladies and gentlemen, and it is going to be official. It is going to be official. Artur Moraes has done the first upset of this competition as he has overtaken Pedro Matos. Congratulations there to Artur Moraes in first position. While we're waiting for the action to come in, that man has won the heat. We're going to take a short break with some commercials, and we will be right back.
Just missed my flight. Didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. Okay, bye.
Next stop, Hamad International Airport.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So that man there, Artur Moraes, has taken the win of this heat number 1 and taking out Pedro Matos. So that is one of the first upsets. Let's not forget, it's not an elimination round. So Artur will be going through to round number 3, and then Pedro Matos and Leonardo Granjero will be going into round number 2. As we continue on, up next in the water with heat number 3, which is going to be Hugo Marin, Sebastiano Ribeiro, and Nikola Adamjiev. So these are going to be the 3 athletes out there in the water. Let's see who is going to have the best waves and continue on in the competition. Your round number 1 GK Kite-Surf World Cup here in Ibiraquera. Once again, a big shout out and thank you to all of the Kitely families. We have the Brazilian leg In the green lycra, Nicolas Daziev. In the red lycra will be Sebastiano Ribeiro. And in the white, Hugo Marin, as we have 22 minutes of action coming your way. Heat number 3. All right, so here we can see it's looking like Seb there in the red is going to be out on a 12 meter. You can see him out there on the Neo D-Lab. Also in the background we can see Nicola out there on the new RRD, the Alula. Nicola, a very stylish surfer. Really just super flowy. Nicola obviously here, as he is a regular footer, he is going to be going backsides on the left. Hugo Marin still waiting to get some shots in. Let's not forget 22 minutes of action. Top 2 waves out of 10 attempts are the ones that are going to count. Your heat number 3, round number 1 out here. You can see down there on the shore we have Gilly Brandao and our videographer Tiago, making sure that they get all of the goods. And here we have Hugo Marin, your Iranian athlete, one of the top wing foilers, and also throwing it down here on the kite surfing, letting the tail loose, but unfortunately not keeping it on. Sebastián Ribeiro, boom! As I mentioned before, Sebastian, one of my favorite surfers out here on tour. Such a 100% pure surfing style. Just hitting the wave right there in the sweet spots. One of the bigger set waves as well, so judges are going to like that. Wave selection is key, as we've been saying throughout this stream. And once again, if you're just joining us, I'm Josie Ashton, and welcome to your GK Kite-Surf World Cup here in Ibiraquera of the Qatar Airways GK Kite World Tour. Sebastián Ribeiro, your duotone athlete from Brazil, home turf. So in the white, Hugo Marin. In the red, Sebastiano Ribeiro out there on your screen so far. It is Nicola in the lead, but waiting for a score to come in there for both Marin and Sebastian. So it is going to be Sebastián Ribeiro who's going to be going into the lead very shortly. 22 minutes of action. As we continue on here, conditions are very marginal. I've been saying it throughout the stream, and I will keep saying it. You can see it's definitely borderline. I can see Juan Antonio Aragon, our race director, is keeping an eye out there. He is the man who has that end decision on if we go or if we don't. And at the moment, he says it is on the edge, but that competition does continue. Oh, hi, Nicola. Little floateroo here. But just getting caught out there by the white water, unfortunately. So 10 and 12 meters are out there in the sky, from what I can see. Those are small kites. Yes, all of them are with the Alula, but those are definitely small kites. You can see the new hypermodel there for the kite that is being used by Hugo Marin. You're reading a hypermodel. Then we have your duotone D-Lab. The Neo D-Lab there from Duotone Kiteboarding. And here we have Nicolas Adavjiev just about to come in. Just about to drop in, as he is on the new gold religion there by RRD. But I mean, man, this is frustrating to say the least. You can see that wind shadow here on the inside is just really stopping these athletes from being able to get some good waves. Nicola, though, you can see, I mean, the lines are slacking out. They are actually coming down the wave and going faster than their kites. Just under 15 minutes. At the moment, you can see Sebastian Ribeiro with that one wave of 3.67. I mean, scores haven't been low, to say the least. Highest score so far, a 7.94 total from Artur Moraes in that previous heat, where he has taken out one of the top Brazilian athletes, your number 3 in the world, Pedro Matos. All right, here we have Sebastian Ribeiro going backside. I mean, they can barely get on the wave. They really can barely get on the wave here. And I mean, Sebastian, one of the things with Sebastian, he 100% surfs. He just does not need the kite, but you can see him here having to loop it, swoop it, and move it around, and even that way, still not being able to get any power out of it. So let's see if I can see. I'm pretty sure that is, looks like a 10. I know Machu was on a 12, but I think that might be a 10 there for Seb. Nicola was out there on an 11. The new religion gold there from RRD. And Hugo is walking up the beach there with the hypermodel. So the boys, they have the gear, they have the kites out. Nikolai, he is in position. Can he get some speed? No, he can't, as the kites are pretty much almost falling out of the sky. I would be very surprised if the sports crew doesn't call this one, as conditions are really marginal and athletes not even being able to continue on. As information is coming in that yes, this heat is going to be suspended, is the information line coming in. So there it is, cancellation flag in the sky. I definitely think that is a good decision there by our sports crew, as conditions are definitely on the marginal side. So stand with us, as we are now going to be going on standby, and hopefully the wind will be coming back and we'll be able to go into full action. So here we can see Livestream will be starting once again soon, and thank you very much for tuning in.
Didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, yeah, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. Okay, bye.
Next stop, Hamid International Airport.
This is a dream come true.
We got